Hello everybody, welcome to Wimbledon Park for my first track race of the year. Well, last year I only managed one outdoor track race, which is this one, so I'm going to do a bit better today. 3,000 today, feeling reasonably confident but a bit tired. It's always tricky on a Monday, it's quite hot today, so we'll see how we go. Okay, and we're off. I've actually got a camera by the steeplechase water jump barrier, so you get some view of us coming around here. We've got Richard McDowell in the front from Hercules Wimbledon, who, spoiler alert, went on to win the race by quite a long way. And there I am. There was 19 of us in the race that I started. 17 finished, and they had the M35s, of which they have an A and a B string. Well, it's actually M35s, M40s, and M45s, and then the M50s and M55s, which I was in. We had this in the same race, so I knew it was going to be like a tough race, and I knew we wouldn't get anywhere near the front. And you can see here from my Insta footage, first time I've actually used it on track race. Hope you like it. And here we're coming through to the first 200 and 42 seconds. So yeah, and that's Steve Winder coming past. It's been a while since I've actually been ahead of Steve Winder in a race, and he's been going very well. He's run a 16-minute 5k this year, a 34-minute 10k, a 75-minute half marathon, and a 156 20-milers, and he's gearing up for the British Masters 30k Championship. So I think he done a big training run yesterday though, so he took it easy on the first lap. And I knew at this point I wanted to get into a nice rhythm. I was wearing the Dragonfly 2 spikes. I was a bit unsure how I would go in spikes, but they're so spongy, those Dragonflies really are a game changer. And here we go, coming around again. Now Richard, as you can see, has got a big lead already, and in second place there we've got my club mate Rob Smith, who's running well again. And you can see that I'm already detached a bit, but unbeknown to me there was a little gaggle of M50s that was leading at this point, and I was sort of in second place of them, and there's not many people behind at all. I think one of those two at the back actually dropped out, so yeah, I felt like I was further up than I was, but they're already sort of a detached race. So on the second lap I realised I was going through just a bit quick. I think it was 86 there on the first lap. I thought it was just a bit quicker than I was hoping for. In the last 5 years I've run 11:16, 11:22, and 11:21 and 11:10. So I was thinking I was in reasonable shape. I was thinking if I get anywhere near close to 11 minutes that would be good, but I didn't want to sort of go off like a lunatic. So at this point I thought, oh no, because I've actually blown this, and a load of people came past, and it was quite handy because you have the numbers on the back and you can see the numbers there with a 5 on the end. That means you're the M50. So we've got 85 there. It's Andrew Davis from Hercules Wimbledon. 45 is Diogo Prina from Kingston and Polly. And we've also got just ahead number 25 Dennis Earl from Dorking, and Pete Johnson 65 is just behind. So as you come past here, this is Richard McDowell flying around, and in second place here we've got Bruce Harold, tracked by my club mate Rob Smith, and we've got another club mate of mine, Dominc Reed, there, and Steve Winder going through. So yeah, I can already see that the 35s and the 40s and the 45s plus Steve Winder got ahead, but shortly going to come into view with me tracking these couple of other fellow M50s here. At this point I'm thinking, well, I need to just sit in now. I can actually effectively take a bit of a ride, and there's Pete there, so back to the head-on view. And at this point in a race, it's been the first time in a race I've actually sort of sat behind people for a while, and it was quite odd in a way, because at times I felt like I was having to trot my stride. I was thinking, should I actually push past? I thought, well no, you seem to be running quite well here, Tim. I was going through in about 90 laps. I think the second lap was a 92nd lap. So yeah, although it slowed a bit, I was back down to sort of pace that I was kind of hoping to run. And now these guys look like they were sort of going well. It's interesting there, the guy from Dorking, number 25, Dennis, is actually in a pair of trainers. Looks like a really wide pair as well. I'm not quite sure what number they are, but yeah, the rest of us look to be in spikes, don't we? You don't have to wear spikes. I think, well, you technically have to by the rules, but it's a bit of a complicated one because the British Masters allow you not to wear spikes. You can wear whatever you like, but this race was officially under UK athletics rules, so it's a bit of a grey area, but no one's tucking your shoes. So we had a bit of debate about it before we started, but yeah, I think basically these days you can just wear whatever you like, unless you're really in a high level race where they do some checking before the race. So here we go, coming round to 3 laps, and at this point I just need to sort of like bide my time now and see how I'm getting on. So I'm thinking already it's starting to hurt a bit, but not too bad. And there's my lap split here. Yeah, another 90-second lap, 1:30, isn't it? So I've done a 86, a 90 and a 90. And here we are coming round here. Now 94 there in the lead actually dropped out. I have to check back the footage to see. But I'm in a nice group of these 4 N50s with Pete just behind. So yeah, I was thinking, no, that is just quite a useful position to be. And I was still thinking back to my younger days when I used to revel in this sort of situation, like a sort of a cruisy pace I could kick past at the end. But I thought, well, I'm not quite sure what sort of kick I would have today. So I'll just see how it is. 3,000 is an odd distance because obviously it's a lot shorter than 5,000, which means you can go fast. But it's not so fast like an 800 or a mile. You feel like you really have to sort of get into your rhythm really quickly and go for it, and be sort of like fighting the lactics straight away. I felt in this race I needed to be more controlled. So yeah, just a case of getting biting my toe. And as I said, felt like I was chopping my stride, especially around some of these sort of tight bends here. And if anything, I might have been slightly boxed in, but I think at this pace with a lot of the race to go, and it wasn't a problem. But quite soon the guy from Hercules Wimbledon, 85, makes a bit of a break for it. So at this point I had a bit of decision to make, and you can see here that we're catching up. The guy 94 has clearly gone off a bit too fast, so maybe that's why he's dropped out. But you can see here Andrew Davis is sort of getting ready to get going, isn't he? And then you can see he's nipped ahead, and at this point I was thinking, there's a bit of a break here. Now what do I do? Because I'm actually sat now behind 2 people, and this guy is getting away, and 94 is also in the way. So it was a 91 lap there. I was using track run mode on my Garmin, and the splits were matching quite well to what I reviewed from the footage. But you can see here now that Andrew is starting to push on, and at this point I've got past a few of the others here, and I'll see if I can then bridge the gap. This is the big decision to make in the race. Now 45 Diego here is offering a bit of a shield, but you can see now the gap's opened, and is that too much of a gap to close? I think at this point I do try and go past Diego and trying to get into no man's land, which was good in a way because that means I actually sort of put some willing in to get past the guy and push on to Andrew. But he was actually in really fine shape, and he really did sort of zoom ahead. I think he finished the race in 10:50. He actually raced with me at Battersea in the June 5k, and he did 18:28 to my 19:06, so clearly in better shape, and you can see that he's starting to get away. But at this point I'm thinking, well, I'm still holding my form quite well, and this guy just basically accelerated, so I don't need to panic. Coming through 2k very shortly. I think I did my first k in 3:42, and I think the second k, when we get around to a minute in, will be 3:45. So again, 3:45 is bang on a 92nd a lap. I thought would be a good target to aim for, then see if I could duck in under by a second or two. And you can see now Andrews really has started to get away. And what lap is this for me? So that's an 87. So I think that sort of spurt to try and get on to him really did mean I sort of found a bit extra there. So I was quite pleased with that, because already at this stage of the race with a K to go, this really starts to hurt. And it's not on the last lap yet. He's got a way to go. And you think, well, have you got to the position and the time that you really want to? And yeah, here comes Richard, probably just about to lap me, so probably see him going past soon. So it's a bit demoralising to be lapped, but I think probably the first time ever in a race that I've been lapped. I actually got lapped by Richard and the second placer Bruce Harold, spoiler alert. But in a way I kind of felt, well, it's just the way it is these days. I'm running as well as I can, and these younger guys and essentially better guys are just better than me. So this is the bell for Richard, and it's 2 laps to go for me. So it's always a bit chaotic in these track races when you've got mixed ability on the track. The marshals do a great job in working out which lap you're on. Obviously you in a race this distance you kind of be able to count the laps, but and it's quite handy having that clock by the 200 metre mark. And there goes Richard. It really does fly past, and he was wearing Adios Pro 3s I think in the race, so technically illegal, but we'll let him off. It's interesting his arm carriage there. He feels like he's quite wide, doesn't he, and just really sort of powerful legs. So yeah, interesting style, but very effective. His form is a 2:33 marathon this year, and his PB, noticeable PB for this sort of distance, 14:55 in the 5,000 in a track race. So yeah, here we go. So 92nd lap. So I've slowed a bit, but now there's a bit of a gap, and there goes Richard flying past. You don't quite know what people are, and the other guy's about to go past me. They're literally about to finish their race. So at this point, yeah, I've got some people behind me, and that's Bruce Harold finishing off his race. He will do 9:35.2 to Richard's 9:28.7. Bruce has run 16:17 for a 5k this year, so clearly a class runner for sure, and he's actually an M45, so holding his form very, very well. Third place, probably just outside, was James Wilson, Epsom and Ewell, 9:48.1. So now I've got onto my last lap, 9:42. There was no timer here, so usually you get some sort of idea at the bell how you're going to do. At this point, really, I'm just trying to see how fast I can do this last lap in. I'm not really feeling I'm actually able to sprint, because I really have given this a good even effort. But what I really want to do is make sure I don't lose any more places. And Diego, as it turned out, finished in 11:13.0, which was a few seconds behind me, but enough that if I'd have flagged on the last lap, I would have struggled. And you can see there's a clear piece of tarmac or track in front of me now, isn't there? The person who ended up finishing behind was Matt Taylor, who ran 10:58.3, and Andrew Davis actually got past him. Now, Matt is actually a Hercules Wimbledon guy. He was their B-string M35 runner, although he's M40. And Andrew Davis finished so fast in this race, he actually got past his clubmate Matt Taylor, and he actually ended up ahead of me by just over 17 seconds. So yeah, really fine finish. But yeah, I felt like I sped up as well, so that was good. And now this last lap, just hanging on now. It's always nice in the last lap. You think you're in a position where no one's really going to likely to overtake you, and now it's just a case of running through to the line and seeing what time I could get. I knew that sub 11 wasn't really going to be on, but if I could beat the 11:10 that I did as my best time in 5 years, then here we go, 11:08.2, my best time for 5 years by 2 seconds, and the last 243. And there's Rob Smith. Oh, first race of the year, or track race of the year. Oh, you think 5Ks are hard, then you step down in distance, don't you? Think, oh.
I think we got exactly the same time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We'll go down to the hundredths then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
11:0.
I got 11:07 on my watch, something.
Yeah. So I think they said I was 11:07.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah. Might get going back for that
race
mile.
One time.
Yeah. We were discussing before the race, so if I get overtaken by Richard on the last lap, I might put a bit of a spurt in.
So I should have given you some warning. So I've got to kick it down and go.
Yeah. It's funny because I do treat them as races, but in my head I'm just thinking until the last lap it's just a time trial. As fun as we can. Well, especially if it's like, right, especially if you're not actually near the front. Yeah. But I managed to go past 3 people in the last lap. Oh, that's good. Also, it's good to finish fast. I'd overtaken on the bend. Yeah. So actually managed to get past me just before the line. Where is it? It's a long way, isn't it? It's a long way. Full on sprinting about here, or probably even further. Yeah. And I think at the end my form was going and all this, and so I was in pain. My legs were probably feeling awful. He just sort of managed to nip that. Yeah. I had made up a lot of ground there, though. Yeah. Oh, it's always good to overtake people at the end, isn't it? Yeah. Go on, Stu. Good work, Adam. And Adam. Well done, Adam. You're doing well. Keep that up. How'd you get on, Rob?
I don't know. I don't think I.
You didn't lap me, so that's good. So,
it was
good for
around
me.
10.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Underneath 10.
Yeah. Oh, Stu.
Well done, Stuart. Good job, Adam.
You should have been in my race.
Start closing the gap a little bit, Adam.
Wait for YouTube. Well done, guys.
Bye, Terry. Go on, Terry.
Go on, Terry.
Let's go.
He's tired. So I've got my old sparring partner, Stu Flack here. What was your time today, Stu, do you think?
About 10:42.
Oh, you've got the better of it. But you're younger than me, aren't you? So
just a little bit.
Yeah. I think I did 11:07, which is my best for 5 years, so I'll take that. Can't really complain. Yeah. But
yeah, you had a good little race.
Yeah. So you've entered the European Masters, I hear.
I have. I've got to get a bit fitter.
In the 1500.
Yep.
What sort of time do you think you need to be competitive in that?
Well, I'm not have any hope of being competitive because I think they're going to be doing about 4:10.
What age group?
Over 50.
Oh, you're over 50?
So, I'll be happy with anywhere near 4:30 is my aim. But I need a bit of improvement to get there.
Oh, I haven't done 4:30 since 2014, I think. So
it's been a few years since I did 4:35 a few years ago. So I think I can get down closer to 4:30. Yeah. So.
Maybe an 800 run that speed now. But, All right, good to see you.
Cool. Cheers, mate. Well done.
You might have to come this way, Dom. Yeah, you go.
It's wider. Hope you found this interesting. Like and subscribe and all that, and see you on the next one then. Bye.